Today I'm going to give you some helpful tips and information to help you to develop your own trading plan as a Forex trader. Let's get into that and more right now. Hey there traders, Andrew here at the Forex Trading Coach with video and podcast number 538. Today is all about developing a trading plan that's going to work for you. I'm going to give you 7 points that's going to be something, if you put this together, it's going to massively help you. Let's start with point number 1. So first of all, you have to understand yourself. What type of person are you? What personality do you have? What makes you tick? What do you like as a trader? Now, I find that naturally most people, when they start trading, and I did exactly the same almost 20 years ago myself, they tend to navigate through to the shorter time frame charts, the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute charts. And people think that's where the most opportunities are, where the most money is to be made. And that's why people do that. And then they realize that probably doesn't work quite as well as they thought it might do. And then they start to look at something a little bit longer time frame chart. So figure out where you are on your trading journey and what type of trader you are. Are you someone that likes to watch the news? Are you someone that likes to watch the charts? Are you a fundamental or a technical trader? And then what you need to do there is work out the trading style, and that will become, an incorporation of both of those two possibly. It could be, looking at the longer time frame charts, the sort of more medium time frame, or the shorter time frame. So look at what works for you. If you're out there, you've got family, you've got travel to do, you've got work to do, you've got music, sport, whatever it might be. You might go, well, do you know what? The reality is I only want to look at my charts maybe just once a day or a couple of times a day or just a few times a week. Therefore, you're going to have to go to those longer time frame charts. You may go, well, I've got a couple of hours. I can look at the European session or the US session a few days a week. And therefore, I might look at, say, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour time frame charts, or a blend, whatever works for you. The next thing you need to do is define your goals. Your personal goals, your financial goals, the time goals as well. Don't forget time, it's really important. It's all well and good to write down and say, I'm going to make 10% every month and I'm going to do this and I want to do that. But also is you've got to realize that to do this successfully and properly, it's got to work around what your time restrictions are. Everybody has time restrictions. We all have 24 hours in a day. It's what you do within that day that counts. So how much of that time per day or per week do you want to dedicate to learning or trading or studying charts or watching news events? So you've got to understand that. The next you have to understand is risk management. It doesn't matter what strategy you have. If you don't get your risk management correct, then it's going to blow your account. It just is. You have to understand risk management is one of the most important, probably one of the most boring, but one of the most important parts of any trade management plan that you put together. As you know, if you've been following me, I work on a percentage risk. I never look at pips. To me, they're completely irrelevant and a waste of time. Look at a percentage risk, because if I risk half of 1% of my account on a trade and it happens to be a $10,000 account, I could do exactly the same on a $1 million account or a prop firm account. It doesn't matter. It's the risk, keeping that low and controlled on every single trade is really important for me. And also, you'd have heard me say this, keeping your reward to risk high on every single trade, which then moves into the next section, which is your actual strategy itself. Point number 5. What is your strategy giving you an edge? How is it doing that? What is it that you're looking for to determine a new trade? Where are your entry and exit rules and criteria? You already know your risk is going to be low and controlled on every trade if you trade the way I do. But what is it that is going to say, hey, this is a trade setting up here? Where are you instantly going to know to put your stop loss or your profit target? You can't be making it up on the go. You have to know these things in advance. You have to know when to look at your charts. You have to know what pairs to look at, what time of day or night, depending on where you live in the world. And again, where you live in the world will determine what type of strategy you have. Because, if you have a strategy that say works in the US session, and you live, say, here in New Zealand, well, that's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And we're very lucky that we have a strategy that can be traded from anywhere in the world, and we've got clients in 104 countries all trading extremely well. But not everybody's lucky enough to have a strategy like that. So you've got to bear that in mind as well. If you're a news trader and you say, well, I have to trade the European news, well, that could be 3 o'clock in the morning if you live in certain parts of the state. So you have to get these things sorted out that works for you. The next thing is, once you have a strategy that works, how are you going to trade it? Are you going to start on demo, live, small live account, large live account, trade for other people, family, friends, prop firms possibly? You have to have this as a plan in advance. Earlier we talked about goals and financial goals. Well, how are you going to get to these goals? Do you need a $10,000 account? Do you need a $100,000 account? Do you need several prop firm accounts all working to get to these goals? So you have to write this down and have a structure and a plan in place. And lastly, performance and journaling these things. Not every performance is going to be a perfect equal equity curve. Not every month are you going to have the exact same profit, of course. Some months or weeks you're going to have losing time periods as well. So you have to take that into account. What's the biggest drawdown you can afford to take? If you do any back testing, what's the biggest historical drawdown that you've seen in maybe the last 5 or 10 years? If you are doing back testing, how reliable is that data, and is it credible information? Do you have back testing data on enough currency pairs to justify making that back testing information valid, so it will help you going forward? Journaling your trades. What are you going to do to journal those trades, and so you know exactly when you took the trade, why you took the trade, what time frame you took the trade on? Do you have a picture of what it looks like when you took the trade and you made those decisions? Do you also have a picture of a screenshot of how the trade developed and anything you could have done realistically to improve that trade? And that is another thing, part of your strategy. Do you like to interfere with trades, or do you like set and forget? All these things you need to have well and truly documented and journaled up front, clear in your mind, to know exactly what you're doing. Now, we can certainly help you with that. Now, if you've not been on my masterclass, I can highly recommend that. It tells you all about how we trade, what we do, and how we can help you. I've also had a masterclass, a 1-hour session with the 5 percenters, the well-known prop firm. I'm going to put a link to them on this video and podcast post here. I highly recommend that you look at that if you want to get into prop firm trading and understand about strategy and risk in that as well. If you'd like to book a call with either myself or one of my team, I'll put a link to a booking calendar so you can book up a 30-40 minute session and discuss your trading and your goals and how we can help you. And if you're out there looking for a very high quality Forex broker that offers the MT4 and MT5 platform, I can highly recommend Blueberry Markets in Australia. I hope that helps. Don't forget to define the rules of your plan, write these down, make sure it suits you as a person, as a trader, as your strategy, as your risk management, your goals, everything we've talked about. Write it down and make it work for you. If you need any help, please do reach out and email me personally, andrew@theforextradingcoach.com. Don't forget to like and leave a comment if you'd like me to answer any questions that you have. And I'll see you this time next week. Bye for now.